Hey everyone, welcome back to Power Stroke Maintenance, and today I'm going to be talking about how much I spent in 2022 on regular maintenance. When I say regular maintenance, I mean if you're following PTT or Bill Hewitt at Power Stroke Help, you're following their recommended maintenance intervals, this is what you would spend if you're doing some combination of having a shop do some of it and you doing most of it. So I do my oil changes and my fuel filters, but I also will use a shop to do the coolant drain and fill if I don't have the time, or to rotate the tires. So I'll take you through my logbook for 2022 and regular maintenance, what I had to do. You'll be seeing some of the modifications I made, and I've already talked about several of them on the channel. But if you keep your truck the same way it is with all Motorcraft parts, and say you have a perfect year and nothing breaks, which in my opinion is completely impossible because it's Ford. If nothing breaks for an entire year and you just do fluids and filters and rotate your tires, how much does it cost? Make sure you stick around until the end of the video because I will be sure to cover the final tally for how much I spent. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with the first thing I did in 2022. This was before I started doing my own oil, so this was a year and a half ago, and so I took it to an auto body shop in my hometown, and they changed the engine oil and the filter. They drained and filled both cooling systems, greased all the fittings, and rotated the tires, and that was about at like 68K when I had that on the truck. 70K, I did a big maintenance myself. I drained and filled the transmission, and I replaced my transmission pan with a BD deep sump pan. That was a mod. I wouldn't have had to replace the pan, but the stock one's stupid and it doesn't come with a drain plug. So I did the transmission filter and the fluid, and then I also re-drained the fuel water separator and checked the engine oil. Another oil change I did myself at 71,000 miles. So if I go back, my last oil change was at 68. So I think I did it early, and I forget exactly why. I probably should have made a annotation in here. Grease the front end and change the oil and filter. I did have the tires rotated then at 72, so a little bit while later. I think I was doing a bunch of trips in here, so I was trying to get ahead of the oil changes, and then I had another service rotate the tires. So, and then at 72,204, I changed both fuel filters. So I think the year previous, because I do my fuel filters every 15K, I had a shop do them, and it was heinously expensive, and so I was like, never again, I'm gonna do it myself. The next oil change I did at 76,658 miles. Probably a little soon, but I like to try to stay on top of it, and if I know I have a big trip coming up that's gonna take me over 1,000 miles, and is going to put me over my interval, I just do it early. That's how I am. Sue me, maybe it's unnecessary to spend like that, but that's what I like doing, so hey, I'm going to do what I want. So then I had to get my upper oil pan resealed, so then when it was into Townsend Ford to have that done, they changed the engine oil and filter at 80. So again, kind of soon with the oil change. I did the engine oil and filter again at 83.9. So I was again kind of jumping the gun, but I was getting close to 5, and I really like running AMSOIL. It runs smoother, and I think when I had it at the dealership and they changed the oil, they just used Motorcraft, and I don't know, potentially was a little bit too OCD, but I didn't really like how the engine was running with the Motorcraft oil in it, so I changed it back to the AMSOIL. Oh Lord. I did do the transfer case fluid at 88,699, and then I also did the upper and lower fuel filter again at 84. So that was kind of sticking to that 15,000 mile change intervals. Again, this is all oil changes every 5,000 miles or sooner, fuel filters every 15,000 miles or sooner, rotating my tires every 5,000 miles or sooner, and then just a coolant drain and fill every 30K. So all in for the whole year with the good old Blue Oval to do the coolant drain and fills, to do the differential services and all that, I was out $1,094.72. That's just coolant, drain and fill, oil change, fuel filters, tire rotation. Take from that what you will. They are expensive trucks to run. I think if you do the maintenance yourself, it can be kind of reasonable, because that comes down to, you know, less than $200 a month in maintenance costs plus fuel, but that still could be super expensive. And this is just basic maintenance. It does not include, you know, warranty work or big repairs. Like I had to do a new parking brake because mine was seized and I needed new pads and rotors and calipers. And that was a nice chunk of change. It hurt. So I think, you know, best case scenario, you're probably out between $1,000 to $2,000 a year in just fluids, filters, and tire rotations, which can be pretty gnarly for some people, I think. So if you have questions, drop them below, and I'll see you in the next video.